Welcome back to a buffzone.com video. Today we're going to talk some college football and some CU football with Brian Howell to my right and the new guy on the beat, Pat Rooney. So our first question, we're going to go with the big story of camp, Brian, and that is the defense and the new defensive coordinator. What is that going to do to the team, and how is it going to help them improve?
Well, we'll see. I mean, the reports are good. I mean, Jim Leavitt brings in a lot of energy to this team. There's a lot of experience back. I think combined those two things are going to lead to some better defense. They're not going to all of a sudden be the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens or anything like that, but I think they're going to be better. I mean, they gave up 39 points a game last year, and I think that with what they've got coming back, I think they can reduce that, a touchdown maybe, which in today's college football, if you give up around 30 points, you're probably doing okay.
All right, and so now we're going to switch sides of the ball. We're going to go offense, and Pat, I'm going to ask you, Cepho looked good at times last year, but he also had a tendency to throw a bad pick at a bad time. How's he going to look this year going into his junior season?
Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing him play. I think he's going to have a great season. This is a guy that started 18 of the last 19 games for the Buffs, and seemingly is really taking on a larger, even larger leadership role with the team. The thing about his interceptions, I think that really stood out when people criticize him, is the timing of them. And in this league, every little mistake gets magnified so much because of the good offenses, and giving away possessions always becomes more glaring. But you break it down, he still only threw one interception like every 33 attempts or so, which is a very commendable average. And it's just the timeliness of them. If he cuts it down even a little bit, I think you'll see a great leap in production for the CU offense.
This is a question for both of you guys. Coach Mack, is he on the hot seat? Do they have to make a bowl game this year? Do they have to win 5 games? Do they have to win 6 games? What's going to make McIntyre feel safe in his position?
Well, in bowl game for sure. I mean, I don't think he's on the hot seat at all right now. I think if they can get to the 5-win mark, I think that he can probably feel safe. Anything less than that, then I think it depends on what the losses are like. If they go back to getting blown out, or they continue losing those, just can't finish any of these games, I think that could be a problem. Really, if they kind of have the same season as last year, I think that he could be on the hot seat. But if they're any better, I think that he's okay.
I would tend to agree with Brian. I think the bottom would really have to fall out for this team for Coach Mack to be on the hot seat. And I don't foresee that happening at all. I kind of agree with you on the win total. The thing that's frustrating about this league, potentially frustrating anyway, is that they can show marked improvement on the field and they can play better, but it may not show up in the win column. So I think that's, at the end of the season, that's what will be evaluated. And I wouldn't say he's near the hot seat at all.
Kind of playing off what both of you guys said, let's talk about the schedule a little bit and maybe a win total. Do they make a bowl game? I mean, the schedules could set up to be 4-0 at the beginning, and then the Pac-12 schedule kicks in and it's brutal. So what do you see for them?
I've been saying all offseason I think they're going to a bowl game. I think this is a 7-6 football team. I think 8's probably their ceiling, and I would put 5 at kind of their low point. I mean, I think that's where they're going to land, somewhere in there. But I'm picking 7-6. That's what I've been doing all offseason, and I think they've got the ability to go out and win 3 conference games. They should be 4-0, and then they've got the ability to win 3 conference games. I mean, they were in half of them last year. The next step is winning those games.
I'm one off from Brian. I'm going 6-7. Everything will come down to that start, those opening 4 games. As you mentioned, Chris, there's a potential to go 4-0 there. Obviously, if they do, they're in great shape. They'll be 4-0 with Oregon coming in here, which would be, I couldn't wait to see that atmosphere. It's all going to break down to that start. If they can even go 3-1, I think the table is set pretty well to make that bowl appearance.
All right, make sure you follow both these guys on Twitter for all your CU news. He's at Brian Howell 33. He's at P Rooney 07. Also follow at BuffZone for all BuffZone content. And make sure you visit buffzone.com for all your CU needs.